Hey everyone, Kat here. Hope you're all doing really well, and hopefully this turns out, as you might have noticed, it's a little different. I'm not in my usual recording spot at all. As normally I would be recording. I'll sit on my couch so I can get nice and comfy, and the pups can come join me. And I know half of y'all are here for the pups, and dude, I totally get it. Me and the boyfriend, he brought the one pup that is mine, and I brought the other pup that, yeah, she stole my spot, so it's all good. But usually, the way our schedules align, I might change clothes so I can figure out which, thing I'm uploading and editing, but I film it all on the same day when I get a couple hours that the house is just mine. But it's the holidays, work schedules are weird. So instead of trying to compete with his video game or y'all trying to hear me over that or him trying to watch a movie while I'm doing this, I'm sitting in the office because my library is actually in the living room where you see me just standing there holding my phone in front of my bookshelves recording short videos. But I wanted to do a happy end of year video. We already did the, avoid these books probably. So now we're gonna do some of my favorite fairy tale retellings because you if y'all been following me for a while, you already know that's one of my top three genres. I also have to go back through and see what all urban fantasies that I've read and action-packed thrillers, and then maybe we'll do just a general. These don't fit my favorite genres, but they're still good because those might be my mains. But y'all know I also like my a little bit of gotta get some horror for the summer ween and a little. I've been starting to get more into the Greek mythology. Gotta have some murder mysteries now and then. Just some general fun fiction, but they're not a specific genre. But for this one, I had to make a list again in my Harry Potter book, and hopefully I will be able to edit this because the editor that I normally use I can't download on my computer, and it will not give me one that I know how to use on my computer, so I'm gonna have to send it to my phone maybe and then try to edit it. Cross your fingers. So these again just are in chronological, reversed order. And some of these, they're parts of an entire series, but that feels kind of like a cop out to go, hey, this whole series is a favorite. So I'm gonna just pick one. And we're starting off with honestly one of the best. And we're gonna end with one of my favorites too. That these would be fighting for top spots. Is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. It is the first in the Gilded series. It's just duology. And if you haven't read Marissa Meyer, go check her out. She also has the Lunar Chronicles, which they're very young adult, but it's like a sci-fi steampunk futuristic retelling of all the princesses. They're all grouped together. It's freaking amazing. But Gilded is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling like nothing you have freaking read before. It is so good. Oh my god. I need the sequel. The first one was on Kindle Unlimited, and so they got me, and then they're like, ha, it's $12 for the next book. Yeah, that's gonna get lost on my Kindle with I have to do the January cleanup that's going around. And yeah, I'll join in on that because I think I only have 700 that I haven't read. But we're gonna read that one. That's definitely on the Christmas list if anyone needs ideas. Or if I get a gift card from for Amazon, I'm totally going and buying it. But it's like ghosts and old rule world, and we have this evil ghosty fae king and curses, and it's a good freaking time. Go check this one out. And then there was also Cruel Beauty by Rosamond Hodge. And again, this is she has a whole series. It's all different princesses. I think there's also a Sleeping Beauty one, and I'm not sure who the third one is. I remember seeing it. They all have very similar covers, just a different color scheme. But Cruel Beauty is, of course, a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which she's one of the most prominent retellings. which is awesome because she's like one of my top princesses, anyways, even though I'm rocking the Ariel. Yep. Seems I should have switched into my, Belle shirt, but oh well, it is what it is. It's a lazy day. I'm staying in my pajamas. And this one is it's Beauty and the Beast, but it is not like what you know. This one, it was dark. There were, of course, there's curses. There's like straight up like, one side versus the other. It just, I don't even know what to say. It was a good freaking time. It's like YA, but it's super magic and a little bit of dark actually, because it's cruel beauty, even though she wasn't necessarily cruel, but the stuff that like happened, like there were freaking demons. Like this is not the normal. Oh, we turned this guy into a watch. No, there was a freaking demon. It was dark. It was a good time. And then how could I not love Bravely by Maggie Stiefvater? It's a murder retelling. If y'all know of any others, yeah, drop your girl a line, let me know. Cause yeah, currently this is the only one that I have ever read. There will be one coming out April next year, part of the Twisted Disney series. So yeah, but this is basically it takes the Brave story and goes like into the future, and we get just like see all the families doing, and it kind of has a romance, which no is Merida. That's not supposed to happen, but it is very Merida-esque. Like it's romance, but it's not really, and it's kind of I'm still gonna have my freedom, so she's still my favorite princess. And then I told y'all this was gonna be, Beauty and the Beast heavy. We've also got Bound by Briar by Morgan Wad. That again, it's Beauty and the Beast, but we have freaking ghosts running stuff, not just spells. No, we have ghosts in a whole flower garden and all this magic, and it is not at all like what you know. It's a little on the dark side. Like the beast is not the only one that might die, and there is extra magic, not just the enchanters that did this curse. There's oh it like if you like Beauty and the Beast and you want some full on like fantasy magic world, go friggin' check this one out. At the time this was on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know if it still is because that changes all the time. And then there was Spin by Genevieve Braz. This one, I'm blaming Maggie for this one, and I will link her channel down below because she mentioned it. And this is another Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and this one's a little bit on the spicy end, and definitely like it's adult. It's spicy. It is dark. It's the first of a trilogy, and we get a lot of like feisty chick in this one. Like as far as like Rumpelstiltskin go, this is it's kind of almost tied for first place. I almost put another one on here from a different series, but again, that felt like cheating to just go read this whole series. And speaking of you need to read this whole series, there is the Timeless Fairy Tale series by K.M. Shea. Read all of it. But if I gotta pick a favorite, it's a 12-part series. I think I've read 7. And I had to go with the Puss in Boots one because you got not only the feisty princess that wasn't a princess to start with, but you got the feisty talking cat. Like, it's just a good freaking time. And each one can be read in any order. They're all like individual, but they do occasionally overlap. Like, there's the Frog Prince one where it's a little bit later in the series, and you get to see some of the previous princesses coming into the story and all. Like, half of them have had their happily ever afters now. So they're pretty much teaming up and just like, we need to get this prince to behave. Like, he's mouthing off and he's still being all snotty princey. We're gonna fix him. And oh, girl, I love you. My brother sucked. And then you like humbled his butt when you married him. And like, yep, we're sisters now. Like, but that whole series, what is it? They're all good, but that's kind of a cop out. So, Puss in Boots is where it's at. And then, once again, a whole friggin' series, but this is by various authors. Is villains ever after. But my favorite, Little Mermaid, is Prince and the Sea Witch. This one was written by A.G. Marshall. And like the whole premise of this series is who is normally the good guy is now like the bad guy, and the bad guy is the good guy. So Ariel is the Sea Witch, and normally the Sea Witch is evil. But in this one, she's the Sea Witch because she won't like kill sailors. Like the rest of the mermaids, like, yay! Once a year we get to have the feast where we lure all these guys into the water and then take them and drown them and like suck them out. And she's like, there's okay, we have to find a way to survive where we're like not drowning people. So she became the Sea Witch and found a way to live and keep her magic without having to be a murderer. So all the other mermaids hate her, and she like ends up going to land and becoming the good one and getting like the prince because it's still a fairy tale with a happy ending. But the way that it all comes out, oh, it's dude, it's so good. And then I also there was a Beauty and the Beast one with like Beauty is the enchantress, and yeah, oops, she might have been harsh on that one. And there's a like soul one that's kind of like a Thousand and One Nights like Aladdin vibe that kicked off me deciding I should try to read my copy of Thousand and One Nights. And yeah, that series did not last very long. I was not feeling that one. But like this whole Villains Ever After, y'all need to go check that one out if y'all like dark and twisted fairy tales. Because these are just, they take like the classics that you know and just go, no, we're doing what we want with that. There's gonna be nods to it, but a lot you ain't gonna know. And then like there were so many freaking good series. This one I know is no longer on Kindle Unlimited, and it makes me really sad. But Laura Burton had a Fairy Tales Reimagined series, and those you can read them like in any order, but it's best if you read them start to finish. And the first six were on Kindle Unlimited, and right before the seventh came out, they all got kicked off, which is sad. But the my favorite that I picked out of this one is Heart of Glass, which like I'm not a Cinderella girly. Like the original ones, I'm like I just they feel to me like, oh hey, well I'm cute and I'm sweet and the guy's gonna come save me. Like they've done better with like the remaking them, but you gotta figure when they were made, that was pretty much all a chick could hope for, and they worked with that. But this one, Heart of Glass, is like we get a mix of Cinderella and a little like mermaid vibe because this comes right after the Little Mermaid story, and that whole freaking series like it is dark. It's young adult, but it's a little bit dark. It starts getting a little bit spicy, like the Beauty and the Beast one. We get a little frisky going on because we get that. We get the Snow Queen, which I actually didn't know anything about the Snow Queen. There's Snow White. Is there's I think the latest one was the Sleeping Beauty, and I think there's gonna be one after that. Like it's a whole good time, but Heart of Glass, just oh my gosh, we have like murders and underworld stuff going on. And the Cinderella story, like this Cinderella is one I can get behind. She ain't waiting to be saved. I'll handle my business and the repercussions if necessary. Like, okay, I like this girl. Where was she in like the 20s version? And then the last one, yeah. Even the title, like, it has cuss words in it, and it just cracks me up when you get really feisty, violent, like Disney princesses. It was supposed to be a trilogy, and I'm really sad that it ended with just two, because it's the Ever After series by Barbara Anino. And we ended on a cliffhanger that was supposed to be finished in the trilogy, because they straight up say from the like start, if you look it up, it's a trilogy. But it ended in 2016. So sad, but the first two are still worth it. And I gotta go with the second one. It's Bitches of Enchantment. Because, oh my god, we find out finally why Snow White got sent to the halfway house with stripper Rapunzel and murderous Cinderella. and Belle, who was like ready to like off Tinkerbell. Yeah, like these princesses ain't playing around. These are all criminals and violent ones at that. And they get look, Ariel makes a little guest appearance, and yeah, this is not a children's retelling at all. Like they ain't even nice to the children in this one. Like Ariel has an orphanage, and she is not nice to those kids. She does not like them. So this one is dark, and there's ties to like other stuff, like other series outside of Disney. That I was freaking waiting for that. I was pumped, and but oh my god, like dude, you want some dark, like you want a fairy tale retelling that is adult, and you ain't gonna see none of this coming because you do not expect the sweet little princesses to be murderous strippers and like violent drunks. Because yeah, like I don't know how that doesn't make you laugh. So some of these might be like sweet and you could read them with the kids, like the K.M. Shea and the Laura Burton series you could totally read with the kids, or the Marissa Meyer. But some of these are for like the teenagers and the young and like 20s. You gotta be an adult for some of these. And it's a good time. So hopefully you like fairy tales and you found a new series that you need to jump on, and I will see you soon. Bye. Happy reading.